Hello, beautiful and handsome friends, beautiful and handsome people, mommies, daddies, my brothers and sisters. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's 7 o'clock. We are resuming our live stream for today. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you. If you join this live chat, please, this live video, please join the live chat. Join the live chat, drop your thoughts, drop your comments just in the chat. And if you also feel like calling, I'll be dropping a number to call. Hello, welcome all, welcome everybody. I welcome you all. Hope you're all doing great today. Happy Sunday to every one of you and a great week ahead. Hello, friends. Hello. So if you are joining live, please join the live chat. Don't forget to put your like, okay? Drop your comment, drop your likes. As we all know, every Sunday by 7 p.m., we all meet together here on this YouTube channel. Every Sunday by 7 p.m. So today is another day. I thank God for the gift of life. I give thanks and praises to the Almighty God, the owner of life, for gifting us today with life, because life is a gift. It's a gift from God. Every day, every minute, every second, you are alive. You have to give thanks and praises to God. Life is a gift. So today we'll be talking about, we all know what we have been discussing on this life. That doesn't mean that that's the only thing we'll be discussing, but we are still dealing on that topic. Whatever we discuss here is all under this topic of men and polygamy. Hello. Hello, Pama. God bless you. Thank you for joining. God bless you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. So, we are talking about this polygamy, men and polygamy, especially our African men. They are so much into this polygamy of a thing. We are not actually here to condemn anybody. We are not judging anybody. We are not condemning anybody, but we are learning. And we are also advising people for people to learn, because polygamy is not, it's not even something we should be proud of. You understand? I personally don't believe in polygamy, but many people believe in it. So I'm not going to impose my belief on anyone. We are all learning and unlearning and relearning. As long as we are alive on this earth, we should open up to learning, unlearning, and relearning. You understand? So today we are talking about this lady, a particular lady that sold all the property. So a friend sent this to me and I decided we talk about it today. So what happened is this. I'm not a very good storyteller, but I'll try and tell a little. So this lady or this woman was married. This lady and this man, they were married. And yes, is this lesson from Bible? Okay, someone is asking, is Pamar is asking if this lesson is from Bible. We are learning, is we learn from the Bible and we learn from generally. It's not really only from Bible, because I believe some people too are not Christians who join us here. So we are talking about general generally in life, and we also learn from the Bible because I am a Christian. Understand? So most of the things I do is based on Bible, is biblically. All right. I think I'm able to I have been able to answer that. So I always get my points from the scripture, but I talk about life generally. So good evening, sir. MC Boo, thank you so much for joining. Good evening, sir. So I'm talking about this today. We'll be talking about this woman. The she's married, and she was married because they are no longer married. She was married, and they had two kids. They were doing well. They were living fine. They have money, they have house, they have cars, they were living well. Then, after some years, one day the husband came to her and said she should get ready for a second wife, that he will be taking a second wife. And we all know how every woman will react, even if you're an angel and you hear that, you will react. So I believe she reacted. She must have talked to the man, and the man refused to listen. Because sometimes some of these men, once they want to do something, they will just want to do it. I believe she must have talked to the husband, and the husband refused to listen. And he still insisted that he's going to marry a second wife. He insisted that he must marry a second wife. In fact, there is nothing the wife can say or do to stop him from taking a second wife. Not knowing to the wife that the second woman he wants to bring in is already pregnant. So this woman, when the man insisted on taking a second wife, she kept quiet. She decided not to argue anymore. She decided not to make trouble. She decided to just allow the man do what he wants to do. And as the man is doing what he wants to do, she herself on her own, she was planning what she would do. As the man wants to go into polygamy, and she is not interested in polygamy. Many people are not interested in polygamy. And this wife of his wasn't interested. This lady was not interested. But the husband wants polygamy. So she allowed him. She kept quiet because there is nothing she will say that will change the mind of this man. So she decided to keep quiet and allow him to go ahead. So time comes for the introduction. She kept quiet. The husband told her, she kept quiet and allowed him to go ahead. He finished with the introduction. The traditional rites, she kept quiet. They finished with the traditional rites. She was not attending, because if she was attending, she would have found out that the second wife is already pregnant. So after the traditional marriage, it remains the main wedding. And that Saturday, the woman already before then has sold their house. These people, they had a house where they were living, the husband and the wife. They were, as I said, they were doing very, very well. They were all right. So the man wants to bring in another woman. So this woman, this wife of his, this first wife, she gathered the document unknown to the man. She sold their house. That very house they were living in, that their building, she sold it. Also unknown to the man that this woman has already made her plans. That Saturday, that in Africa, we always in Nigeria. Let me say Nigeria. We always do wedding, even everywhere. Most weddings are done Saturdays. So it comes this Saturday for their wedding. As the man and all went for the wedding, the woman took her two kids, packed all the property from the house, and with her car, she drove out and took her children out of the house. She went to another state, relocated in another state, unknown to this husband of hers. She took the kids, packed the properties, and relocated to another state. And this husband of hers, on arrival from the wedding, he came to the house, discovered that the house had been sold. There is no place for him to take the new wife to because the wife has sold the house. The owners of properties, of course, she has planned with them, I believe, to come and take over the property. He discovered that the house has been sold. The wife is no longer there with the kids. The properties are gone. Hi, nurse kid. Thanks for joining. Everything is gone. And he picked up the phone and called the wife. And the wife told him that he had left him to enjoy with his new wife because she was not interested in polygamy. And mind you, all this money that they were enjoying, the house, everything belonged to the woman. It was the woman's wealth. The woman was the one who made the man who he was. The woman was the one who made the man who he was. And at the end of it, or what the man wanted to pay her back with is polygamy, bringing in another woman into the house. So she sold the property. After all, it's her property. You know, some people actually have come from a rich home that inherit some things from their parents. You understand? And some also is their own sweat. But all the same, the woman was the one who made the man who he was. So he decided to pay her back in bringing in another wife. So she sold the property and cleared everything. As he wants to marry a new wife, he should start afresh, not with her wealth, not with her family wealth. He should start afresh with his own hard-earned money, his own wealth. He should start afresh with the new wife. So she sold everything and she left, and that was it. So that is our topic this evening, talking about this woman. You know, because I've had many people, when the husband is a kind of wayward or she's passing through domestic violence. It's not only in polygamy now. Some people, what they pass through is domestic violence. They pass through different kind of abuse. And some friends will be advising them, or some family members, even sometimes the advisors will be from the man's family. If the man is the one that has properties, they will tell the woman to sell the man's properties. That she should lay hand on any property she can lay hand on. She should lay hand on it and sell it and go away. You understand? I've heard so many people talk about this. So it's not only on about polygamy here. So, and I know someone also who the husband went to work. This one, they don't have house. The husband went to work. Before the husband comes back from work, this time it's even the woman that is the wayward type here, not the man. The woman just packed every property and she went out. Before the husband comes out, she has disappeared because she wants to go and follow another man. And she wants to live with another man she wants to live with another person's, her first husband's property. You understand? So what we are discussing here, did the woman do well? Because this woman made this man, he made her. She made him. She made him who he was. Did she do well selling all the properties and disappearing with the kids, relocating with the kids? Did the man also, did he do well in going ahead when he knows that the woman don't want another wife? Did he do well in going ahead to get another wife? Even though it's not the woman's property, let's assume it's his property. Did he do well? Because I always say on this slide that I always use Abraham and Isaac as example. But my opinion might not be your opinion. You understand? We all have our different way of reasoning. I always use Abraham and Sarah as example. Abraham didn't go for what is the name of this woman? Hagar. Hagar, yes, yeah, Hagar. That is the mother of Ishmael, who was their servant, their slave. He went into her because of Sarah. It was Sarah that first him to go in with Haggai. So that was what led Abraham to a second woman. So without the approval of the first wife, I don't think the man, for me, the man didn't do well by going ahead. Let's forget that the property and the money, everything belongs to the woman. The woman is the one that employed him in the job, everything. He's working in the woman's company or the father's company. Okay, so did he do well by going ahead? You know, in Africa, they always claim, I am the head of the house. Whatever I say is final. They are they are the, they are the, I don't know, there is a word I want to use, but let me not use the word. Okay, so they believe they are the head, and whatever they say is final. And he met his match. The woman sold everything. On arrival from wedding with a new wife and pregnancy, he didn't see a home to go to live in. No job, no home, nothing. So the line is open for your own contributions. If you think the woman did well, the line to call is this, only WhatsApp call, please. Only WhatsApp call. Plus 234 904 801 9972. That's WhatsApp number. Only WhatsApp call is allowed, please. Plus 234 904 801 9972. So as I was saying, many people does that. They will lay hand on whatever they want to lay hand on. Many ladies, let me not say many, some ladies do it. They will lay hand on what they want to lay hand on, and they will disappear with it and allow the man to continue with whatever he wants to do with himself. You're welcome, Madam Elizabeth. Thank you so much for joining. Good evening, ma. Thank you so much for joining. So the line is open. You can call for your contributions. Did the woman do well by selling all the properties, selling the house without informing the man, without agreeing with the man? She sold the house. On the day of the wedding, she took the children, the two kids, and disappeared, relocated to another place with the children, only for the man to come back to meet himself without house and the new wife without house and without property, without first wife, without children. Because he will know that the woman is not in support. Because if the woman did not attend his wedding, that one is a red flag, a red sign already. But he insisted because he has impregnated the woman. So he must marry her because he's a polygamous man. So we are talking about men and polygamy. So did this man do well by going ahead to marry a second wife? And did the wife do well by selling off their house and everything and all the properties? So the line is open. You are free to call to drop in your contribution. There's a call. There's a caller here. Good evening, sir.
Hello, ma. Good evening, ma.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma. I see the talk now very big talk. In as much as we are Christians, and we'll still talk about we'll still talk in the like in the real life.
Yes.
Like in another in another. Because there's Christianity, there's the life of a Christian, there's this other normal life outside.
General life.
So
Yes.
it's general life. So first, the thing they very you get as it be. First, like what you talk, you say when the husband tell the wife, meaning the husband no hide them. The husband told the wife, see one take another wife. And according to what you talk, you say the wife no even do pim for the matter. So that is another thing when they look into. And for a woman not to do pim for a matter, meaning she has another plan B,
Another plan, yes.
or the woman is self-made. In a general life where we know today, if you tell your wife something, she no disagree, she no agree, meaning she get her own plan B,
Plan B.
or she's equal to the task. That is one. And then for whether she sell the property, of course, it's her right. Now her property. Now she know if it was willed to her from her parents, or she struggled to make all these things happen. Now her things. And if you want to talk and say they can't still get they married together, if they don't already marry together like this, that property self, the man self will don't still get small entitlement inside that property, which we don't know whether they do the church wedding or court wedding. That's another thing. Then another thing when I want to still talk about now be say, get another question I will ask. Maybe later in the as you they talk, they go, you help me share light on that thing.
Okay.
Does it mean this woman fit do this thing because she's financially okay? Now let's reflect it to a not financially okay woman. A woman who is solely dependent upon her husband.
Okay.
Now her husband be everything. So if we looking at these two persons vice versa now, does it mean that this woman, let's say, they depend on her husband, so if she go stay, they go still bring another woman come the house? Is that what some women are going through? So these two decisions, as you they talk, you see me shine light inside that one, because the woman who is rich did not tie war with her husband. The husband did what he wanted to do. According to my mother, your own will work, my own will work. Now what did the woman do so?
Okay.
Her husband will work, her own will work. So now I can't see the talk and say, meaning those other women, when they go through this thing, this molestation, victimization, or whatever means it could be, meaning these persons not get plan B, or they are not financially okay, or they love the person. That was why they endured everything that came. Because we've seen cases, we've seen it all. Like we've seen a whole lot of things. Even in the Christendom, we've seen where Christians, couples undergo one thing or the other, kind of abuse. People are not even so bold enough to come outside to speak out. We've seen that.
Of course.
So that be another one. Then for the man, when he go carry, sometimes a person need to know. They say, who no know where rain for beat him? He no go know where he go dry him body.
Of course.
That man is an ingrate. The man is an ingrate. The man not be person where he know where they come from. And that's a very good lesson to some men. And this thing when they talk, so many men are still making this same mistake. Today, somebody called me from somewhere. They were struggling. Now the lady carried the husband. She sold her property from Nigeria. They went to, is it Angola or South Africa? Then they were doing things were flourishing. Now that man knows saying in the hut. According to what the wife said, the man was a deacon. This is a life story. The lady is back to UK now. The man was a deacon in Nigeria, but when they go to South Africa, things were going where the man changed from one hotel to the other, drinking from one club to another. Lo and behold, one day the woman saying in the parlor with the children, then they call and say, "Oh, madam, come see what you happen outside." Now, God get accident.
Jesus.
But God not survive and the man by.
Hi.
The man by the two children are there with the woman. The woman just recently relocated to UK. So that man, now these are the things we they talk. Some men don't know where rain forbid them. A woman who don't be your superhero from the onset. And sometimes I tell some people, most especially men, make men not go love somebody based on what they see now. It's better to love a woman naturally, neutrally.
Yes.
So that when things get better, you not go I not go they change. You loved her when she was who she was. You loved her when she was who she was. And now that things are getting better, you will even love her more.
Yes.
So such men is a lesson to some men. This kind of thing not be waiting that they do. Person, you must, no matter what, the person who has stood by you is gratitude, is an appreciation. So people don't understand that. So people will say, yeah, that time I was going through a lot. That was why I settled for less. Then you should have left the person then. You should have just pack and look for your size and your mate so that she can find her size as well.
Exactly, sir.
So I will first end down here, make another person sit or make I still gather more points.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma.
I really
Yes,
appreciate
ma.
your call. Thank you. So the line is still open for more contributions. The line is still open. The Our first caller really made a whole lot of sense. You know, the line to call is +234. Please, if you want to call, +234. WhatsApp calls only, please. +234 904 801 9972. I repeat, +234 904 801 9972. Only WhatsApp calls, please. Someone said well spoken, sir. Nurse Kid said well spoken, sir. Yes. Good evening, Kelechi. Thank you so much for joining. So the first caller said something. If she is poor, will she continue with the man just because she is poor? So many people, as he has said, are passing through it because they are dependent on the man. They are dependent on the man, and they will not be able to live because the man is the one that does everything for them. But there are so many people, they are poor, but they still live because the man is not their kidney. They still live and they still survived. Yes. Many do still live and they still survive. Some also, you know that there are some people that even believe in polygamy. And the man said he wants to marry another wife. Okay, go ahead and marry another wife. Let's all live together. Let that wife come and enjoy what I'm enjoying. Yes, some people just accept it, not because they are poor, not because they are rich. They just accept it. They can cope. What I can take may not be what you will take. And what we are able to endure will not be what I'm able to endure. We all have different strengths that God has given to us. We are not wired the same way. Okay, Mabub said that way. That is, I don't know. Okay, that's the person who knows her value. Okay, okay. Some people don't know their value anyways. And some people, they later on in life, as the things keep playing, they'll come to their senses. You understand? They will come to their senses and they'll begin to know their value, their worth, that they are not given to this kind of life. Because let me tell you, in polygamy, there are most people that are into polygamy, they always have problem. Polygamous homes, they always have problem. Majority of them. The percentage of problem, if we count of people that are into polygamy, the percentage of the ones that has problem are much. They are higher. Out of 10, maybe I'll say 7%, 7 out of 10 has problem. Because there will be this competition, there will be this, you like this child, you don't like this one. There will be this, you are doing this for this one, this is your favorite, that this is not your favorite. There will always be competition in polygamy. Polygamy is a big trouble. It's a big trouble. Even one wife, they always, some people say one wife is problem. Come to talk of when you are two or you are three. But I don't believe one wife is problem. Because we women, we are not problem. So I don't believe that. But people say one wife some men, I do hear them say one wife is problem already. But me, I don't believe it. Yes, now. Why will I believe that kind of a thing? One wife provoke one husband self problem. So because if you say it like that, women would not have problem. Oh. Yes. I hope my fellow women, they are there, you are here now, you are hearing me. Women would not have problem. Yes, now. So as I was saying, if she is poor, it's her decision. It's her decision to know if she will continue or leave. Now let's imagine a man is already treating the wife badly. He's already not nice. He's already, some men, once they have a new catch, they begin to behave like small, small demons. Sorry for, please forgive me. All the men that are here, that's why I said some, not all. They begin to behave strangely at home. They will become the weapon fashioned against their own family. And in so doing, if the woman starts seeing this kind of attitude in from the beginning, definitely she will not, even though she's rich or she's poor, she will not want to have another wife inside, because it will be like double problem for her. If the husband is already giving her attitude, and the second wife comes in again and start giving her attitude, how about, she's a human being. So in this kind of cases, many women, they choose to go away, and some still choose to remain. And most time, people choose to remain when the man is nice from beginning. See, some people take a second wife out of mistake. Maybe they want to play game outside, and before you know it, pregnancy enter, and they just want to bring in the woman, not because it's what they wanted to do. In that case, it's understandable. And I believe if he had been nice to the wife will understand. So if a woman, because she's poor, poverty is not doesn't mean that the woman should remain there. It's just a choice. To summarize what I was saying, is a choice. You choose to remain or you choose to go away. Because without the man, you can still survive. Anyhow, you can still survive. Now she packed her things because she's the owner of the house. Is her property. So she sold it and left with the properties for the man to start afresh with his new wife. So when the man was telling her, she was mute. She didn't say anything because she has plan B, according to the first caller. She has plan B, yes, now. And I believe some things has gone wrong before this issue. Some things has gone wrong. Maybe she has been enduring so many things. Maybe she has already been suspecting that this man has somebody outside. That is why, as the man said it, she just kept quiet. After all, it's her property. She has her own plan. As he insisted in bringing in another woman, she too, she will do what is in her mind. You understand? So I believe they must have talked about it. It didn't just happen. She didn't just wake up and decide to sell the properties. The man must have been giving her attitude, or she is the type that doesn't tolerate. Everybody has their own character. And the first fellow also said that the man is an ingrate. Of course, he is an ingrate. The woman made him. Yet, because he's now rich, he now has money, he decided to marry another wife, to go and impregnate another woman. This one is deep, because some people, it's not the woman that made them, but they started from scratch. There are, see, I will not advise a lady, any single lady. I'm sorry, but we are all entitled to our opinions. I will not advise any lady to marry a man that is still struggling. I will not advise any lady to do that, because majority of them, once they have that money, they will start doing all sorts of things. It is then they will begin to see other women. Let's examine that. Let's just take it that some of them, maybe they didn't even make the money when they were young. It's during their old age. They will now begin to see young girls. Their wife will now be too old for them. You understand? So I will not advise any lady to struggle with a man. To struggle with a man until the man stands. That's my own opinion, no, and my own advice that I'll give to anybody. Don't just go to a man who is just starting life and two of you will be struggling to start life together. And at the end of the day, he becomes rich. How many of them we still remember that woman? We still respect that woman. We still give that woman her value, who stood by them when they had nothing. How many of them among our African men? I think the percentage is low. percentage is very low. So that is it. The line is still open, please. And I'll be expecting your call. It's WhatsApp call, please. If you have any contribution, it's WhatsApp call. The woman that sold the property. We have exceeded 30 minutes. So I'll just give some few minutes grace for others to call, those who want to call. I wanted us to stay 30 minutes again today. So let me just give some minutes grace to those who want to call. The number to call again is, we learn from each other. This life, as I always say, the number to call is +234 904 801 9972. That's the number to call. So, as I was saying, this men with polygamy, some women too, their own day, their body. Some women too, as men are busy going after a married man. Okay, let's say as some married men are busy going after other ladies. Some married women also do same. Some married women, they also do the same thing. They don't they don't respect their homes. They don't, is it their homes? I'll call it now. They are married. Will I call it marital vows? Now let's take it biblically now. Bible said marriage is honorable, because that is where I can explain more. Bible said marriage is honorable, but the bed undefiled. That is the word of God. But when I was growing up, my when I was growing up, yeah, as I was growing up, I grew up as a Christian, so I used to hear they will be mentioning this word: marriage is honorable, the bed undefiled. So you don't have to meet with your fiance until after marriage, and this thing led so many people to so many wrong people. We, let's say, lead people to so many mistakes. Some people at the end of the day we discover that the man is even cannot function. You understand? But that is not even the aspect I'm going now. That one is in another talk for another day. So this marriage is honorable, bed undefiled. You see, some people, they will not meet each other until after marriage. But the Bible is not just talking about that. The Bible is talking about marriage is honorable. The Bible didn't say no sex before marriage. The Bible is saying the bed undefiled. After marriage, are you defiling your marital bed? At least before marriage, you are not even married already. So which marriage is that one? You are still engaged before marriage. So the bed before marriage is not what Bible is talking about really here. The Bible is talking about the bed after marriage. It is after marriage that you have, when you are officially joined together. That's when marriage starts. That's when heaven recognizes your marriage. And the Bible says it, marriage is honorable, not relationship is honorable, not courtship is honorable. I didn't say people should go and start misbehaving, though. So the Bible didn't say courtship is honorable and the bed undefiled. Relationship is honorable, but the bed undefiled. The Bible says that marriage is honorable. And so the bed that is the Bible is talking about is the marital bed. So the people, either the man that is sleeping around or the woman that is sleeping around, they are defiling the bed here. So and that is what leads to polygamy. But it's unfortunate, women, we don't do polygamy. We are not the one that marry the men, it's the men that marry us. So that's why the thing is like it's hammering on the men. Men, because it's men that marry women. It's not women that marry men. So men, please don't be offended with me. Don't be angry. It's just that you are the one that marry. It's not the women that marry you. So when we talk about polygamy, so it's the man that is practicing the polygamy, is the one that is marrying different wives, not the women. But the women still do this infidelity of a thing, which is not biblically accepted. It's not biblically right. So this woman now, let's not deviate from this woman. This woman now, she sold everything because it's her property. Yes. and she sold it. And to the man, he has to start afresh. As he wants to marry new wife, he has to start afresh. And the and the and the first caller, I'm still expecting some calls, and our time is fast spent. I'm still expecting some calls. Please, your thoughts. I don't want to be the only one talking in this issue. I don't want to be the only one talking, talking, talking. You can still say your opinion, drop your opinion with us. Call +234 904 801 9972. So you can still call and drop your your opinion, what you think about this issue, this woman of 18. Because we learn, this life, I used to say on this life that it's like a marketplace. In a marketplace, everyone, no, they don't, people who sell and buy there, they don't live there. They go, they sell, they buy, and they go back to their homes. So this world we are living in is like a marketplace. We all come here, we carry out our activities, do everything we want to do. And when it's time for us to go to our maker, we will go back to our maker. And that is death. We'll go back to the dust where we came from. So while we live on this earth, nobody knows it all. While we live on this earth, let's learn from each other. Because on this earth, we learn. Every day we learn. We unlearn. Because there are some certain things we have believed that they are right, but they are not actually right. We learn, we relearn, and we unlearn some certain things. So this life, we have to educate each other. We learn, we get ideas from one another, from each other. So that is why I don't want to be the only one talking on this life. I also want to learn from people. Okay, I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear what you think about some of these topics that we are presenting here. And also, we are not only focusing on men and polygamy, we are also going to be talking about some other things, deviate to some other things. Okay, and my advice always for men, if there is no more color, my advice always for men is that they should be content with what they have. They say na long throats. I think there are some people that are not Nigerians here. So let me not use that broken now because I don't even know how to say it in English. So I don't know how to say it in English. So the thing is that men should be content. They should be contented with what they have. Because they say the devil is better than the angel you don't know. When you are pointing a finger, any man who wants to go into polygamy or who wants to mess up outside will always have an excuse. And anyone who doesn't want to mess up outside will also have an excuse why they don't want to mess up. And those who want to mess up will always see excuse, 1001 plus excuse why they should mess up. And they should also know that they that have you who is finding fault in your wife, you also have fault. You who is finding fault in your husband, why you have to move away, you also have faults. Nobody is perfect. You understand? But as I used to say, there are some fundamental things that are not supposed to be an issue in marriages, in homes, especially in Christian homes. All right, because me, I'm a Christian. I know that some people here are not Christians, especially in Christian home. And if it's in Christian home, then it should be in every home, except those who believe, or who their religion or whatever they believe teaches otherwise. Okay, but I don't think any religion or anything people believe in will teach against peace and unity in the home, because Christianity stands for peace. We used to sing one song, when Jesus in a family, happy, happy home, happy, happy home. So you see, happy home, Christianity is for peace, for unity. So anything that is outside that is not of God. You understand? So there are some fundamental things that shouldn't be hard that is happening in a home. You understand? So everybody has faults. You see any man who want to go for another wife will always give you excuse. My wife is this. My wife is that. My wife is not doing this. My wife is not. In short, they will be packing excuses. They will be saying reasons. But people who doesn't want to go into polygamy, even if their wife is even worse, some of them, their wife is even worse than the wife of the one who want to go into polygamy. But they will see reasons why they should keep their home. They will see reasons why they should keep their family together. Because they used to say a wise woman build her home. But the home is not, but in the real sense, the man actually should be the one that should keep his home together. Jesus is the head of the church. Jesus is the one that keeps the church together. So it's the duty of the man to actually keep his home, his family together, and not to break it. you know. So I'll be rounding up here. They say women are home breakers, but men are the real home breakers. I'm sorry for the men here. Please forgive me, but I'm just saying the truth here because men are actually the real home breakers. Some women are home breakers, but most of the time, men are the ones who actually break their home. Because let me talk to the Christian men. The Christian men, they should follow the examples of Christ. Because I'm a Christian, anything I do is or falls back, actually falls back to the Bible. No matter how I generalize it, I finally end up using the scriptures because that is part of me. It has become my life. You understand? So I'm sorry for those of us who are not Christians here, but every Christian man here should learn from Christ. If Christ is our husband and we are the wife, both the men and the women, we are the wife of Christ, and Christ keeps the church together. So the man should be able, every Christian man should be able to keep his family, his home together, should be able to protect his family, his wife, his children. You understand? So that is it. If there is no more caller, I think we are going to end it here today. So the woman did what she wanted to do. I'm not going to say she did well. I'm not going to say she didn't do well. If someone is writing on behalf of not skid, on behalf of the men association, we'll forgive you, ma. Go ahead. Thank you for forgiving me. Thank you for forgiving me. You know that they say the truth is bitter, but we still have to say the truth, but in a respectful way. You understand? So it's actually the duty of every man to keep the family together. It's the duty of every man. Someone said she came late. There's no problem, ma. At least you still meet us. Sister Bisola, thank you for thank you for coming. So thank you for forgiving me, Men Association. Men Association. Thank you for forgiving me. Okay, but I still have to say the truth the way it is. So, as Christ, we are learning. We are learning. The purpose of this life and most things is not just for us to just talk and just talk about things. It's to learn. It's to for us to learn, for us to unlearn and relearn some certain things. So that is just it. Okay, so as Christ is the head of the church and he keeps his church together, as I said before. So it's the duty of every Christian man, in short, every man to keep their home. It is their duty. It is not the duty of the woman to keep the home. It is the duty of the man to protect, to keep his home. Then the woman will learn from him. I think the men always claim to be the head. So as the head now, is the head that carries the entire body. The head carry the eyes, carry the nose, carry the mouth, carry the ears, carry the hands. The head carries everybody, every other part of the body. Once the head is off, the life is gone. So the head also, as the man claims, I am the head of the house, I am the head of the home. They should also behave like the head. They should carry the other parts, the wife, the children, they should carry them along. in peace and not in pieces. In peace, as Christ is doing to the church. They should learn from Christ. Christ should be their role model, because as they lead that the women will follow. Yes, Magbubu said both partners should make it work. Of course, of course. That's why I say when the man is leading, the woman will learn from him. You understand? Together, in peace, in unity, they will build a happy home. Families or homes is the duty of both parents, the father, the mother. Is their duty. Okay, let's talk of marriage. Is the duty of both parents to make the marriage work. Both partners, the husband and the wife, is their duty to make the marriage work. But there's a problem when one is trying to make it work and the another one is not trying to make it work. This one is trying and the other one is scattering. That is why understanding is very, very important. Understanding is very, very important. We should learn to. We are not really talking about marriage, safe, because it's a deep thing to talk about. Marriage. The topic on marriage is very deep. Okay, my people say it's easier when both partners are on the same goals and objective. Exactly, sir. Exactly, sir. That is the point. If they have the same goal, if they're on the same goal and objective, it's exactly. Sometimes, in short, there is no couple that don't have problems. They always have quarrels here and there. You understand? But as I keep saying, there are some things that are not supposed to be had. That is repeating, reoccurring over and over and over. That's why I say when one is trying to make it work and the other one is not giving to change, keep doing the same thing over and over again. Definitely, broken go say, get as e be. He go get as e be. So both partners, both the men and the male and the female, they should make it work. In the case of these people we talked about, this woman that sold all the properties, that sold the house and left with all the properties and the children, I believe that she has talked to this man over and over again, because the man will not just wake up one morning and say, I'm bringing in another wife. Even if the man just wake up one morning and say, I'm bringing in. Yes, someone said clash of interest should not overshadow the vision and mission in the family. Exactly, sir. Mm, that's true. That's true. That's true, sir. That is a very powerful point. Clash of interest should not overshadow the vision and mission of the family. Of course, that's true. That's true. So as I was saying, the woman, before the man will come to tell her, she at least they have been living together, they are husband and wife. There has been some kind of attitude, or maybe they have been talking about it, or maybe the man has been mentioning it before he finally comes out open to say that he's bringing in another woman, because the woman is already pregnant. I believe that. Okay, MC Bubu said most men should be taught in the hard way. I agree with you, sir. Most men should be taught in the hard way. I agree with you, sir. That's true. That's true. I believe that the woman must have talked to him and he refused to listen. There have been some conversations, anyhow, there have been some conversations between them, and the man chooses to still go ahead with the second wife thing that made the woman keep him quiet, as he said he's going to bring in the second wife. Said they used to say there's a limit to woman's endurance. Maybe it has gone to a level. The woman just decide, why is she even wasting her saliva? Why is she even wasting her time talking and talking to this man? Let him just do whatever he wants to do. Why she planned herself. My MC will be saying his next life, he will not try that. He will not try that again. If he will learn. See, some people will never learn. Some people will never learn. I, that's true. That's true. So that is it. If you like, let him try it. If you like, let him not try it. That is his problem. I have seen some there are some men. I've had stories. I've had stories. In this my life, I've seen little and I've had little also. You know, this world is deep. Something's happening in this life. When you are told, we think is in video you watch it, or it's in all these home videos, all this drama on TV, you watch it, you won't know that it's a true life something. This is things that are happening. You know, I've seen and I've had a whole lot of things, a whole lot of things in this life. Things are happening. Things are really happening, especially in some homes. Some things are happening. I was telling some sisters in the church, one of our former the church where I used to attend before, the woman left the man because the man don't have money again. The man became broke. So she doesn't want to suffer. She left the man with the children. No, she abandoned the children with the man. The man lost his job. Things became very hard for them. She abandoned the man. This is for those ladies, a lesson for those men that when they have money, they'll start chasing other women. You know, because many of these women, they are not even in there for the man. They are in there for the money. Once the money disappears, the love, the happiness, the peace they think that one is giving them, everything will disappear. So this woman was with the man, and when things became bad, the man lost his job. You won't believe that she left the man, abandoned the children with the man. She doesn't want to suffer. She abandoned the children with the man. These people suffered. They suffered to survive. In fact, it got there was a time one of the child became very sick. I was among those. I was very young then. I was among those that visited the man. He was elderly, a little bit elderly then. I was among the youths that visited them, but then we don't have nothing to offer. We can only pray. You know, that was the only thing we know how to do then. So, but God answered prayers. Later on, the man got a very big job with Nigerian Port Authority, and he became a big man. And his life changed. His children, they begin to enjoy their father, at least. They begin to enjoy their father. But the man, why I'm saying this now, the woman, the first wife, the wife of this man that left, the man refused to marry another woman. No. To tell you that some men, they are disciplined. Some men are, let me not go to that. Any man who doesn't want to go for another woman will not go for all this thing is just choice, decision. The man didn't marry another wife. So what happened was that the first wife his wife that left him, not first wife because he didn't marry another one, the wife that left him, the man he went to live with, that became the butter on her bread. The man he went to live with, the man finally ended her life, even ended his own life. The man took the life of the woman and his own life together the same day. So she died for nothing, just because she doesn't want to endure. So it's a lesson. All these men that when they have money, they just start to show themselves. You know, they will start to booga. You understand? And begin to follow girls. Now, the one they have at home is not good. Or some women, when their husband don't have money again, they will run out and begin to misbehave, follow other men and do all sort of rubbish. You understand? It's very good for everyone, finally, all our married people and the single ones. Please learn to be content with what you have. Learn to be content with what you have. When you have a wife, you have a husband, be satisfied with your wife and with your husband. Because it's long truth that is making people to do what they are not supposed to do. Be disciplined. Learn discipline. In fact, learn it. Bible said we should learn to do good. Learn discipline. Learn it. Discipline yourself. Discipline your body. You know. And also be careful the kind of friends you keep, because sometimes you are being influenced by negative friends. Allow the Bible to be your teacher. Follow, for the men, follow the example of Christ. Christ is the head of the church. That's for the Christian men. Christ is the head of the church, and he keeps his body together. He is the husband of the church. Let me use that word. And he keeps the family together. So you as the man, learn to keep your family together. Don't be the weapon formed and fashioned against your own home. And you women also, don't be the weapon formed or fashioned against your home. So both of you should learn to make it work. Learn to make it work. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Um, Thank you so much. The caller, Magbubu, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, sir. I was actually expecting more calls, but I cannot wait more than this. We have to go. It's night already. All right, so we have to end the live here now. Thank you, everyone that joined the live chat. All of you who joined me today, God bless you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. And I wish you all a prosperous new week and new month. The Lord keep you, protect you, cause his light to always shine on you. You are blessed. Thank you so much for joining. Stay blessed and bye.